You played on an excellent Chicago team that had a couple high-scoring against you losses in the old building a few years ago. What can you tell me about the mentality needed to bounce back from a game where you give up so many goals?
Yeah, well, it's just move on to the next one. It's what you got to do. I mean, no time to waste. We got a good team, good challenge against Phoenix, Arizona tonight. So we try to learn what we can from last game and you know, bring it into this game.
Is there I don't know if it's a skill, like a learned skill, or just something you guys are used to that you don't overreact to one result like that?
Well, I think for the most part we've been doing a lot better job, you know, staying connected and playing as a five-man unit out there, being better defensively. And last game wasn't the case, obviously. So you try to learn the mistakes and the reasoning behind it, but move forward as quick as we can and be better off for it, hopefully.
Duncan, the first 21 games with Jay, you guys were 1.7 5-on-5 goals against, which is very good and significantly lower than you were earlier. And then obviously last night's maybe an outlier a bit. But what did you notice defensively as being the change amongst the group for you guys to be that much better 5-on-5 surrendering goals?
Well, it's a mindset to begin with, first and foremost. So I think everything goes off of that. The mindset that we have a check first mentality, and we want to keep puck out of our net. When we do that, we end up creating some offense, and we know we got guys that can put the puck in the net.
Scoring chances off the rush is probably the one area that's been the biggest improvement for your team. You've played a lot of different systems or style. Just the tweak that Jay and Dave brought in, why has it worked for you guys to limit the scoring chances off the rush so much? What's the difference you notice from playing it?
Well, I think there's been a commitment from our forwards, back pressure, and when that happens, we're, as defensemen, allowed to have a good gap and step up and keep the puck out of our end. So, like everybody working together, all five guys out there committed to playing hard both ways.
How crazy was it on Saturday when, you know, the puck's just going in at both ends of the rink all night long? Like, what's it like playing in that game?
Well, it's I'm sure it's entertaining for the fans and whatnot, but as a player, you kind of want to do your best to try to stabilize the situation for our sake as best as we can. So, you know, sometimes games like that happen. I don't think Calgary was necessarily, you know, probably happy with the way they played the first few periods, but, you know, we know that we got to be a lot better, especially against a team like Calgary.
So you bring that into tonight then. You try to flush the last game and you don't dwell on it, I get that. But what are the things that you want to focus on? You get a new opponent tonight, a chance to put the train back on the tracks here. What do you know, what's the main trying to
just the things that we've been talking about since Jay's been here and Mance, you know, being direct, you know, being smart with the puck and working hard when we don't have the puck coming back to our own end. So there's dangerous areas on the ice. It doesn't change game to game. The ice is the same. So just respecting those areas and being hard in them.
Duncan, you've played a bit now with Evan Bouchard. Obviously, there's some mentorship that's taken place. I don't know if you see it that way, but just a thought on how you think that's going.
I think it's been pretty good, actually, for the most part. You know, there's tendencies there that we got to continue to work together and develop that chemistry. I think just reads, but, you know, I think it's been a good work in progress here. I think our breakouts have been okay. But, you know, it's we still need to keep getting better, and we got a lot of room for improvement, and we've been talking and working on those things. And, yeah, it's just one game at a time, and hasn't been that long really. So we got to continue to get better.
He's a bigger guy. He's not super physical. He's a cerebral player. You're not the biggest defenseman, but you were a guy that understood gamesmanship. Can you help him out? Is that something, or does it have to come from inside in terms of that willingness at times to maybe do some things just to buy yourself a little bit more space out there?
Well, I think everybody's kind of their own player. You know, there's certain things you try to learn from one another, and I can take from him, he can take from me maybe, and I think that's probably a good partnership. So, but the biggest thing is communicating on the ice and when we're out there, and especially off the ice, talking about plays. And I think the more we do that and the more we play with each other, the more comfortable we can be together.
I was just curious, Duncan, in terms of what you can learn 17 years into the game from a guy like Dave Manson. You know, he's got a presence, obviously. I'm sure you heard some terrific stories from his days in Chicago. What can you pick up from him at this stage of your career where most people would think you pretty much know all there is to know?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like the mindset that he brings every day. And I think we all saw what type of player he was. You know, that's a commitment and a determination. And you know, I feel like over the course of my career, I've fed off of that type of mindset from other guys. And, you know, I think that it's been huge for our team and our defense corps. Thanks.
Hey. How would you say the head coach approached trying to address what happened the other night, make some tweaks, but also, you know, keep you guys in the right headspace here?
Yeah, obviously, you know, it's one of those games you kind of got to throw away mentally, but also understand what we need to do better and not have that happen again moving forward. So I thought we all handled it well, coaches, players, and looking forward to tonight.
I want to ask you about the back check in particular. That was something that, you know, he made clear when he got here. He felt like coming back as a unit was really important. How much of a difference does it make when your group does that consistently versus when you don't, and how big a part of that is it?
Well, it probably makes more of a 9-goal difference. So I think, you know, obviously last game we got away from our structure, and especially on the defensive side of the puck, we weren't above our checks. And you know, as a group of 5, you know, forwards and D, we didn't check to the best of our ability. So that's something we know we can clean up. We know how to do it right, and it was just a matter of the other night not doing it, and that will get corrected tonight.
You know, you're in a hockey town now, and people watch that game Saturday night and they're freaking out, right? Oh my God, the goalies and the defense and the 5-on-5 play and all of that stuff. Can you maybe just let us in on, like, you guys can flush these games, I get it, because you play 82 of them. How do you not, you know, the people out there are panicking. How do you guys take such a chilled mindset?
Well, I think, you know, we look at our body of work over the last 5-6 weeks, and we like a lot of it. You know, last night, you know, since I've been here, we haven't had a game like that. So, and I think, you know, we have that confidence and belief, and we're not going to let one game rattle that. I think, you know, you look at our special teams, there was a lot of criticism about that a few weeks ago, and they were phenomenal the other night, right? But our 5-on-5 game wasn't. So, you know, it's just about putting it together, and obviously the other night we weren't able to do that, and we'll come out tonight and put a much better effort moving forward.
Evander, can you tell in a game once the game starts, this is going to be a high-scoring game, end to end, last goal wins?
Well, we were hoping that probably halfway through the second period when it was, what, 6-5. So, but then it got away from us. I mean, you know, obviously when it's going back and forth like that, it's just one of those games where neither team is really finding their defensive game. You know, and we weren't able to find it 5-on-5. You know, we were doing enough probably offensively to win that hockey game, but you know, when you give up so many grade A scoring opportunities, it's tough, and it's definitely not the goalie's fault.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
guys. What was your approach to the last 24 hours or so in terms of tweaking what tweaked, but also kind of cleaning the slate a bit for the guys?
Well, it was a day off for the players yesterday. We met as a coaching staff and digested that game that we saw. Came up with a plan for a meeting for our team this morning and went out and had a good pregame skate. So that was our process.
What was your take on your team's backtracking? I know that's something you've put a focus on since you've been here, but how important is it for them to do it, and how much is it missed when they don't?
Well, I think that last game wasn't to the standard that we've set over the last 5 weeks or so, and you know, that game occurred 40 hours ago or so. I don't even know what the exact number would be, but about 40 hours ago. We're going to take it for the growth opportunity that it represents. And our focus and concentration is on a very structured Arizona Coyotes team tonight.
But hoping for a little more help from the forwards coming back, would that be fair to say?
Well, that's certainly an area that we addressed. Yeah, we last game wasn't our finest hour in terms of our tracking back to our own end, and that's something that we certainly talked about this morning.
Jay, I didn't see Chris Russell out there. Is he hurt again?
Chris Russell wasn't feeling well. And so out of precaution, we held him out of practice this morning. Even coming to the rink, we held him out.
And it looks like Josh Archibald's in, and perhaps Cassian is not. Is that just one of those ones, okay, I'm taking one player out because we lost the game and I'm putting somebody else in?
Yeah, I think the game on Saturday night, it's not pointing fingers at anybody. I think we have 14 NHL forwards at our disposal right now, and when we didn't have success in our previous game, it opens the door to shuffle the deck a little bit, and yeah, where Josh Archibald will be in tonight.
And it looks like Jesse's now playing with Connor. What's the reasoning there? Because Yamamoto was playing there.
Same reasoning, just we didn't like the result that we got on Saturday night, and we shuffled the deck on our right side.
And how difficult is it to grade the goaltenders in a game like that on Saturday, where you say, you know, one guy gave up 5, the other guy gave up 4. So how do I tell which one played
you know what, the goaltenders are part of our team, and to a man, including the coaching staff, we can all be better.
Thank you.
Good, thanks, guys.